What is going on, everybody? I want to take a moment just to talk about LVO, my experiences there, and just an overall review of the convention. I'm back home in Phoenix, Arizona. I spent 4 days in Las Vegas. I used to live there, so this is my first time back in 5 years, sober, so that's cool. And it was fun. I lost like $240 gambling, and I bought some stuff. So let's just talk about the event in general. I only participated in the hobby events, like the speed painting, the painting championship, kind of like the hangout paint area, and I didn't sign up for any tournaments or classes. Super fun, super fun. The speed painting was really fun. It's crazy trying to paint a miniature that fast. And I had a great time. I entered 2 bus and 2 single models into the painting competition. And I got, yay, 3 silvers and a bronze. The bronzes were Frankenstein, 1 silver for Jason, 1 silver for my Necromunda Ogre, and 1 silver for my Sons of Medusa Space Marine. This is in the Journeyman painting competition, which is kind of like you're not a professional or something. I'm not sure. Amateurs, I guess, but whatever. I got a lot of little medals. They're pretty sweet. They're like printed resin or something, I assume painted. So that's super fun. In that same room, I believe the store was called Game Castle. I picked up a whole bunch of gamer's grass. I got tufts, I got flowers, different colors grass. I got blue grass, teal grass, red grass. Very, very excited about all this. They were doing a sale that basically, so the price on these is only $6, and they were doing like 25% off, so I bought a whole bunch. Because if you follow along with the channel, I also paint single miniatures. I do commissions sometimes, and when I paint single miniatures, I put them up on eBay, and I like to try and make their bases pretty nice. So another game I picked up, which is super fun, is Rumble Slam. So this game is, I guess, supposedly kind of like Blood Bowl, but with wrestling. Just a little wrestling fighting game. Really, I just wanted to paint a couple of the miniatures. I got like a little dwarf that looks like Macho Man Randy Savage, and an orc that looks like Hulk Hogan. So I wanted to paint those up, and then I got a good deal on the starter set game. So I'll give that a try with some friends, and hopefully that'll be pretty fun. I also picked up the Cawdor weapon sprues, weapon upgrades from GW. I got some dice, and I got the powdered wig bounty hunter. And I think that's about it. So as far as the LVO things I liked about it, it was very big. They had water everywhere. They were very strict on no outside food or drinks. That seemed, I'm guessing it's because of the unions. The convention employees are probably in a different union than the casino employees union, or the Frontline Gaming has to pay a bunch of money to get food and drinks there, and they need to prevent people from bringing their own just to sell enough to make their money back or return on their investment. Either way, it was fine. It's just a little bummer when you don't drink or party and you gotta buy like a $6 can of Pepsi or Sprite or whatever. And so, I don't know, that got a little boring, but I did spend about $18 on 3 cans of Sprite. So, not ideal. And they're only $5, but you got a tip or you're kind of a scumbag. So, you always tip $1 to the bartender. Even if you're overpaying for the soda, still tip $1, or at least tip something. They're not there for, your pleasure. But then the line, there was only 1 bar, so the line was always a little big, and because it's like a good and a bad thing, the bartenders were really friendly, but there was no pep in their step kind of thing, like a nightclub bartender who would crank out drinks really fast to get to the next person, whereas they were more social and chatting with each person, and that would kind of make the line grow. I did not try any of the food there. I ate at restaurants in Vegas. That's part of the reason, one of the things I was looking forward to doing. I had White Castle, I had Guy Fieri's, I had a gyro, some other stuff. Guy Fieri's, I had the trash can nachos. They were pretty darn good. And so the event looks like it is they really home run 100% know how to run a giant tournament, right? They had 40K tournaments, they had Blood Bowl tournaments, they had AOS, they had other games, Flames of War and stuff. So they really got a lot of tournament aspects down, and I'm pretty sure this event started as just a big tournament, and it looks like now they're really kind of stretching into the convention part, like the vendors area. There was only a few vendors. There wasn't really like a lot of open play area as far as I could tell. There was some demo stuff, but it would be interesting to see this event kind of expand more into the convention side. Now, this is only my second event. I went to Adepticon last year, and I'll be going to Adepticon this year. And the difference, I felt like Adepticon was about 50-50 convention stuff and tournament stuff, but also just tons of gaming events. Whereas this was like 75% tournaments and then 25% like gaming events and conventions. Maybe like I said, I didn't play anything. I think most people were there, obviously, for that giant 40K tournament. But one thing was interesting with all the drops that happened before the first round or after the first round, there was like rows and rows of tables with nobody playing on them for most of the weekend. And better safe than sorry sort of thing that they set them up. But at the same time, that was a lot of space that maybe could have been like designated open play area, or but I think you'd have to advertise that there was even an open play area for people to bring their stuff to do so. The people obviously in the event, they're playing way too many games in the weekend to want to also play a fun game with some people. So that's just kind of an interesting thing. Maybe if they capped it at a certain size and had a bunch of people on the wait list or whatever there, so like, I don't know, when people drop or something, people could take their place, something to fill up that area without, like, picture this is the hall, and then as the drops, these rows are all empty. The cat is scratching at the door, so hopefully you can't hear that. But the other thing I wanted to mention was the vendors. I feel like there could have been more, but because they're not probably focused on the convention part, maybe they haven't attracted enough vendors yet to join them. But overall, it was an awesome event. Next year, I probably want to play something. Be cool to bring some Necromunda or something. I've been working on my Necromunda for Adepticon. That's what I'll be playing there. Hopefully, it's people having a good time. Maybe I'll compete in like best painted Necromunda gang, if that's a thing. And looking forward to buying some more stuff and seeing everybody. I ran into some people that subscribed. That was so awesome. I gave them some paintbrushes. Gave a few of those out this weekend. If you had a chance to use them, let me know below. I ran into somebody that particularly didn't like my paintbrush Kickstarter, and that was interesting. I let them use them too, and their only complaint seemed to be that my brushes were too soft, which I felt kind of odd, because the reason I like a Kolinsky Sable, for example, is because it's soft. So the nylon brushes that I helped, or that I created, I guess, helped design. The reason I went with the hair that I did is because it's soft, and then you can get nice blends and things. But, painters have their own preference on materials. So it wasn't, I don't know, it was a little irritating at first, but I kind of just came off the wrong way, I think, in the beginning. But anyway, super happy. The Kickstarter, obviously, if you've followed along, it exploded. I think it's coming soon. The money will actually be transferred over to me, and then I will be able to start really grinding on getting all these orders fulfilled, getting these things shipped. That's going to be a little while, but you know, I'm one person. Thank you very much. We got some also kind of a bummer that the iGuard Castellan army won against an Eldar Anari list. Like, it would have been nice to see some other stuff there. There were so many Castellan robots in that 40k tournament. It was sad. So clearly that thing's going to be adjusted very soon, because they can't let a unit like that just be in, 30-40% of the games. It's just too strong at killing non-invuln vehicles, so you can't take other vehicles that don't have invulns, because that thing will just destroy them, and there'll be a big waste of points on your part. So GW will of course fix that, because I'm sure they saw the Castellan on every single table, and good times. I didn't see any Knight Valents, but I did see about 1,000 Knight Castellans. So hopefully the Valent stays the same with its harpoon gun, super cool, and the Castellan gets a big points hike. Or I still think there's something they could do with maybe you can only use stratagems from your warlord or something like that. There's a lot of ways they could adjust it. I don't think they need to go heavy-handed and nerf him out of Oblivion, but he's just a little too powerful against non-invuln save vehicles. Anyway, thank you for subscribing. We're still giving away Nagash when we hit 100 subscribers, so please go subscribe. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.